what I don't understand with the Leafs, and this is a Keefe Dubas question. If I could have, if my one legitimate concern / beef with them is that when something isn't working, they clearly say, no, it is.
What's that?
And we're going to keep doing it. Well, Pierre Engvall just doesn't work. It's not working. So why are we playing with this?
I thought you were going with, I think part of the reason, by the way, he was in the lineup is they had to be as close to the cap as possible.
Okay.
So also, I wonder if that was part of it.
A healthy lineup, Engvall doesn't make it.
No, not even close.
He's not.
Because they're not healthy tonight.
Yeah.
And unless Mikheyev's out of the lineup, there's no shot.
No.
It's Brooks. And once Swomella gets here, Nason.
When Hyman comes back,
Hyman, Riley Nash. Oh my God. It's a shame the Growlers aren't playing this year. I never thought him getting that far out of the lineup, but holy mackerel.
It seems like it's listen, and I don't want to brag on him.
I remember.
It seems like it's a confidence thing because he has the tools, right?
It's the thinking speed, right? Mm-hmm. You know how we talked about this tweet. I think it was Reese Jessup said Mason Marchment is a good hockey player trapped in a bad hockey player's body.
Yeah.
Engvall is the opposite. I feel like if Pierre Engvall had Mason Marchment's head, he'd be fine. And it would look ridiculous on that neck. But you know what I mean? What I thought you were going to talk about is something that I legitimately should have discussed over the past couple LFR videos. Keefe randomly just deciding, I'm going to screw up the defensive pairs for the first time all season long. And Riley Hall and Brody Muzzin. I don't know how I feel about it. What do you
I think you got to give it more than a couple periods to really, I know the whole thing in sports broadcasting for us and for everybody is we'll make an instant reaction to it. But I kind of think first off, I didn't know that there was anything wrong with the defense, so I didn't quite understand that. But I also, when I saw that, maybe it's getting a little stale.
Yeah.
But I also wondered, listen, this could happen in the playoffs, right? Probably one of those four is going to go down at one point for an injury, couple games here and there. You got to start mixing and matching just to get a sense of what it's like to play with this person.
Zach Bogosian is made of adamantium.
Yeah.
How did that guy, I gasped when he stood up after that collision in the end boards.
Crazy.
And they're like upper body injury. I'm like, upper? What? I just watched his entire body flail around like an octopus.
Mm-hmm.
What? Upper? And it sounds like he's barely going to miss any time. Hopefully. Mm-hmm. We'll see. Imagine getting in a net front battle with that dude.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I wouldn't want to.
That dude, he can't even beat himself up. That was unbelievable. I couldn't believe that he got up from that. And now, Dermot Sandine, they got an interesting opportunity. I'm excited for this part of the season, the lab. You know what I mean? I do like the lab.
What did you just say?
I'm excited for this part of the season, the lab.
I'm what?
The lab.
No.
I'm excited for this part of the season.
Stop there. Say it again.
I'm excited for this part of the season.
Say it again and with a smile.
I'm excited for this part of the regular season that doesn't matter.
And my name is Steve Dangle.
And my name is Steve Glynn, but no one knows who the fuck that is. So it's Steve Dangle.
This is going on Instagram later. I'm just throwing that out there. That clip, we're clipping that.
Sure. No, okay. I like the lab. I do. But there was something about losing to the Canucks.
Mm-hmm.
And did you see how readily I was like, I'm excited to see them experiment with this and that and the other, because the Jets are a legitimate test. Whereas, forget the lab, the Canucks miniseries there, that's a whole science experiment. The prerequisite for those games beginning and ending was the Leafs would outplay them.
Yes.
So everyone's like, hey, what? They outplayed them. Yeah, of course. But I was talking to people, I'm like, the Leafs should get the score. to like 4-0 by the end of the second and just shut it down. Don't embarrass anyone. And they lost both times. That's wild. And everyone's pointing at the scoring chances and the save percentage. I'm like, they cannot make a save.
Right.
And they need saves. And again, the regression to the better numbers, I understand that. But the context of the injuries involved make me concerned. And that's legitimate.
There was a couple things I saw about Dave Riddick's game and the way he plays goaltender and the way the Leafs play defense and like their defensive formations. And like, well, yeah, and it just doesn't mix. Like a lot of it was he's not very good at high danger shots and especially shots that are screened. So those are just holes in his game. And a lot of that doesn't lend well to the way the Leafs play defense. And there are a lot of just cracks. And it doesn't seem like Dave Riddick as a goalie meshes with the Leafs system. So I don't know how you change that, but it just the first 3 games now hasn't really worked.
3. I think you change the D pairs. Maybe that's part of the reason why they're doing that. But I also think that's grossly overthinking it. Like the Marner goal, Marner does a giveaway and he goes to play the puck. Like, okay, like that's a Leaf specific thing that you're not supposed to do that. Okay, and the goals he gave up in the last game against the Canucks were unscreened. It was a slap shot. He was square to it and just didn't seem ready, even though he was looking right at it. And I think there was another one that went right through him. And there was no screen in front of him.
The screening was just an example. Like I'm not calling out specific goals. I'm just saying a lot of like I was listening to Kevin Woodley. He writes for NHL.com. He's very knowledgeable about goalies. He speaks a lot to the goalie coaches. Like he's good friends with the Leafs ones. And he was just saying how Dave Riddick's game and the way it was played in Calgary doesn't lend well to the Leafs defensive system. So there might just not be a mesh there.
I think it's
like
something
oil and water.
I think it's something that could be true. That is also inapplicable to his struggles so far, if that makes sense.
Interesting.
Yeah, fair.
Why?
Well, for the most part, I've been watching him and going, oh, man, I feel so comfortable with this guy in that he's big. I like the way that he battles and he's proactive. There was a situation, I can't even remember who it was against. Maybe it was the Flames. An attacker was behind the net, and there was an attacker in front unguarded. All the guy behind the net had to do was pass to the attacker. Riddick sticks out his stick and blocks off the pass. And I'm like, I'm trying to think of the last time I saw a Leafs goalie do that. And it's something so simple, right? Yep. And I like the way he snags pucks through traffic. I actually thought he was really good at with his glove. The way he doesn't direct, makes saves with his pads and doesn't direct them right into the slot for a rebound. Mm-hmm. He's good at angling them. To me, what he struggled with is the shots that he's face point blank.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's been great at everything else.
As Jesse said, not good high danger.
Right.
So not good at his job. Is right. What is how I interpret that.
I mean, that's why you gave up like a third for him, right? Not that that's nothing, but especially in this draft, it's like,
I mean, everyone's talking about that like it's the sun and the moon. It's all. Dave Riddick could be a bag of shit as a Leaf, and I'll defend that trade.
For sure, it was the right thing to do, and they didn't give up much. And who cares about this draft? Honestly, like
they needed a goalie.
It would be an incredible draft, but most of these kids haven't played in a year.
Yeah. So something can be the right thing to do in the moment, and then the result just doesn't work.
Right, and it's still 10 games left. Like he's played 2 games. Can we back it off? And I know, listen, hot take central over here. I get it, but like, relax, okay, everybody. Like, it's enough. Yeah. If he sucks after 5, okay, we see a trend developing. It's been 2 games, and frankly, the Leafs haven't been at their best, and they haven't been healthy. They're not going to be that healthy in the playoffs. But if everything goes to plan, Freddie's back, Jack Campbell gets a little bit of time to relax before the playoffs. Dave Riddick isn't even dressing. And
if everything goes
on waivers by New Jersey, so it's just it's ridiculous, and I think that we got to just kind of back off on that a little bit. And listen, here's what I will say: his 5-game stretch, .839 is the save percentage according to James Myrtle, and I trust him. What are the chances that doesn't regress to the mean, to the average?
This is the thing. I don't know, because if Campbell is hurt, this is what's given me comfort over the last 24 hours, is Keefe going, I can't remember if he said this last night or this morning. He basically goes, we're going with Jack against Winnipeg because he was great the last time we played them, and we expect him to be.
Well, that's what he said in the media.
Yeah, but he didn't have to. You know what I mean? And to me, that suggests I got faith in this goaltender, and he's healthy. Right? He seems like a very frustrated coach right now, because all their problems seem to be between the ears. The power play, and they finally got one. And I know losing in the midst of all that is probably going to hurt their confidence, but you got one. Your first one.
They got one the game before.
No. Really? This was their first power play goal that wasn't on a 5-minute power play or without giving up a shorthanded goal in 47 attempts, I think it was.
Well, you're canceling out 2 power play goals.
I mean, important asterisk. Allowing a shorthanded goal. You can't score a power play goal after allowing a shorthanded goal and go, fuck yeah, we're killers out there. You're not allowed. You don't get to.
I mean, that's fair. I agree with that. I do. The
5-minute one, I'm with you.
Do want to say this. I think the reality is even Dave Rittich is not going to be performing at an .839. Otherwise, he will not have a job at next year.
All 5 of our Czech listeners, it's Rittich. They're going to yell at you.
Well, it's going to be Rittich from now on. So
they're going to yell at you with a bunch of weird, whatever they're called.
What is that alphabet? Is it it's not the Russian one. They
don't have Cyrillic.
No, they don't.
It's Latin,
it's the other.
Isn't it?
Is it Latin?
I don't know. We're just dumb. We're just dumb people.
I don't know. Study languages.
It's not punctuation corner.
I don't know. If I want to learn a language, I'll use Babbel.
I would too. And
you know what? Adam, read the line. Read the line.
I would use the promo code STP for right now. You can 15 minutes, just 15-minute lessons. You can learn how to speak a whole language. And you can worry about conjugating. Anyway, the whole thing is this: the Leafs have shown us through 41 games, give or take, what they are. The last 5 games do not a season make, and I think I understand the worry. I get it. And I'm with you. I think you have every right to be concerned, but to be dejected is I understand the instant reaction after a game. You're like, fuck, that really drove me crazy. Damn it. But then, 48 hours goes by and you go, okay, let's even out a little bit here.
Yeah.
Well, now, if the next 5 games go like the last 5 did, meaning more injuries, which sucks, Willie showing up late for practice after we said he couldn't get benched. Thanks, Willie.
He didn't.
He didn't, and he played great.
Yeah, there you go. Best player on the ice last night.
He was great. He's had a great couple of games. Thank God.
That was another little victory for Sheldon, because they were like, oh, you're putting him in the lineup? And he's like, I don't know. We'll see.